Hey everybody, I trust you're doing well. I'm just enjoying here on my front porch this blessed evening that God has made. But I'm coming to you because I wanted to follow up and finish up something that I was teaching on today about living your best life now. The last point that I made in my message today was that it's important for us to be productive now. And I want to go over 4 points, 4 practical tips for being productive. Number one, throughout the day, say to yourself over and over again, do it now. Do it now. When things come to your mind that are important, that need to be done, maybe things that you've been putting on the back burner, but things that you know that can produce a positive result, say to yourself over and over again, do it now. That's just a technique for overcoming procrastination. A second thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. This morning I talked about the Pareto principle, which talked about how if we will establish what our top priorities are and focus the majority of our time on our top priorities, that those top priorities will produce a large result. A third point that I want to make today is that it's important for us to distinguish between what is urgent and important and what is urgent and unimportant. There are many things that come our way each day that are demanding our time, demanding our attention. But to be discerning, it's important for us to understand, okay, is this urgent and important? I mean, in other words, it's urgent and it's something that's important that it be done now. Uh, or is it urgent and unimportant? We're flooded with emails on a daily basis, for instance. And of course, from a professional point of view, one is expected to go through one's emails on an ongoing basis and to provide some type of timely response. But every email that crosses your desk is not important. If you have notifications on your phone, and you might want to limit those notifications because I'm noticing that the notifications sometimes distract me for what it is I'm trying to do. But if you do have notifications on your phone, it's important to distinguish quickly. You know, is this something that I need to give a lot of my time and emotions to? Or is this something that can be put on the back burner? I don't know how many of you have read Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, but he encourages people to find a way to work in the second quadrant of things that are important but not urgent. That's the creative quadrant, when we can develop relationships, recreate, reposition ourselves, write, reflect, build relationships, do long-term planning, invest our time in meetings that produce something. And so it's very important for us to distinguish between what is urgent and important and what is urgent and unimportant. The first productivity tip I want to give you is this, and it actually comes from a book called Eat That Frog. Eat That Frog. It's a powerful book about overcoming procrastination. And basically the idea is that if you start your day and you eat a frog, then for the rest of the day, you know that you've gotten the most difficult thing out of the way. Everything after that is going to taste better. Well, quite frankly, frogs do taste good if you've ever had a frog leg, but I don't want to get distracted on that. But I've had one when I was in New Orleans. But the idea of the book is that if you do the most difficult task, which often is the one that will have the most long-term impact, if you will determine what projects need to be done that may be difficult and trying, but will have a lasting impact, if you do that first thing in the day and get it done quickly and efficiently, you will find yourself being very productive. God created us to be fruitful. And I want to share these how-to tips just as a means of helping you with your productivity this week. God bless. Hope these tips help.